good.
Mike Styles here, 57 Studios, backstage at Truly Dedicated. You just tore down the studio or the stage.
Thank you. Appreciate it, my guy.
Absolutely, man. You how are you doing?
Like me personally?
Yeah, how are you personally doing, man?
I'm pretty good. I'm solid. My answer default being like I'm fine. You know, most people the biggest lie they tell.
It's the biggest lie. That's why I'm asking you. Like, how are you?
First and foremost, I appreciate that. But I'm solid. I'm literally handling shit, as my new motto is. Like, not gonna get down about nothing. You know what I'm saying? We just gonna handle shit.
Yeah.
And we gonna keep getting to what we gotta get to get to where we're going. So I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I'm solid in that sense. Are there good days? Yes. Are there bad days? Yes. Are there in-betweens? Of course. But, you know, I've been holding it down. My girl been holding it down. You know what I'm saying? My dog been holding it down. So
are you a dad yet?
Dad?
Yeah. Are you a father?
Dog, I'm a dog dad.
You're a dog dad?
Yeah.
You and your girl haven't had that talk? Like, you trying to start a family?
Not yet. Down the line. She's 25, so she said like 30, which I'm cool with.
Yeah. Are you, is she here?
Yeah, she's here.
Because I remember last time I seen you perform, you were performing literally like I'm looking at the stage where you performed.
Yes, sir.
And I remember you guys had a really dope moment together.
Thank you.
And it was something special where you could just tell that she has your back and you have hers.
Yeah, man. We honestly, that's wild you say, because we've been through some shit. Like we split up for a couple months actually, due to personal reasons. You know what I'm saying? So because those personal reasons. For me, I had some growth and things that I needed to, you know, go through. So it had nothing to do with the actual like chemistry of a relationship. So the fact that, you know, we're here today, you know, solid, and it's been over a year now plus. I think it's just a testament to, you know, our love in general. You know what I mean? Like, and I think a lot of people obviously go through their own versions of love, and you know, it's not easy. And,
not at all.
It's hard. It takes compromise, and you do have to make sacrifices in ways that you probably never had, you know, if you're a career person. Let me put it that way. Or if you're used to living a life a certain way for so long because of whatever you may have been through, right? We all have childhood traumas. We all have a past, things like that. And those things affect you when you bring someone else into your bubble.
Yeah.
So that's what happened with me personally. So, I mean, we kind of had a semi-public relationship, so I'm always cool talking about it.
Yeah.
Because I want people to know, you know, the woman that she is and the appreciation I have for her. So,
well,
so yeah, man.
I think that your album Things Take Time. That's it. Relationships take time too, right?
Yes, sir.
Things take time, and I appreciate the honesty with that, because I feel like somebody that's real, somebody that's honest about things will relate to that. I know I've been there, right? I know that somebody's listening to this right now, like, I'm going through that shit right now. You know what I mean?
Facts.
And they feel that. And I think that that's the beauty in your artistry.
Thank you.
You are a dope artist. You are an artist that I feel has all of the gifts of a star. And I say gifts, but I also understand that a lot of work goes into what you do. And a lot of your team members help you in that sense too. Tell me about this team. I've been seeing on Instagram.
Yeah, I gotta take my shades off. You talking real, so I gotta look you in the eye for real.
I was used to the artist with the shades.
Hey,
you know, I'm used to it.
Hey, look, man, I'm both. I'm equal Mike Styles, Mike Brewer, man. I can't see shit sometimes. But no, I respect that. Thank you so much, man. You always give me my flowers, and I always appreciate that. But the team, Out of Towners, man. OT, you know, I'm hiding the logo. Let me get that out there.
Yeah.
It's a record label at this point. I'm a business owner, you know, co-founder. And right now what we've been doing is something so special in my eyes, because it just goes to show that everything's better with a team, man, especially a team that has chemistry. You know, it's great doing things on your own, like we just talked about, my partner and things like that. Like, it was cool trying shit on my own, right? But it was better with a team. So with Out of Towners, we have a couple producers, Gichu Amante, we have D Minor, and we have J Pats. Those are three producers that we work with relatively all the time in-house. We have Cody Ray. He's the other artist, you know, that we collaborate with all the time, or that you always hear me on songs with most of the time. Obviously myself, but what we're doing right now, man, we're just starting a movement. We just want to show everyone that we can do it by ourselves, to where when someone approaches us with the money or the deal or whatever it needs, we can literally have the resume to say, hey, we've been doing this.
Mm-hmm.
We have the numbers. We have the support. And we've been getting a lot of that from overseas. You know, we get a lot of U.S. support, but, man, I kid you not, it blows my mind the amount of love and support we get from, you know, France.
Yeah.
Germany. You know, Australia. In Canada, our song Blue Cheese just hit 50,000 streams. Like,
incredible.
Like, what do we... Like 50,000 streams on a song in general is still a little nuts to me. But to say that one specific country is rocking with us like that, that's dope. So we have something really awesome going. We have a lot of professionals in our group that are polished, and that's what's allowed us to reach the level that we have so far.
You said that you were a co-founder of the Out of Towners. What made you want? What stuck? Why the Out of Towners? What stuck with that name?
Yeah, so the story.
It's dope. It's really dope.
Thank you. So it goes back to like my boy KT, back in high school, my high school homie. We actually he said we were like OT. He was like, bro, we OT with it. I'm like, what are you talking about? And he's like, we're out of town.
Yeah.
You know, we always out of town. We out of towners. And I was like, oh, that's dope. And I just wrote a song about it. You know what I mean? It is somewhere. It might be on SoundCloud. It used to be on that Piff or whatever. I'm going to have to get it out the archives so people can really know what's up. But he came up with just this idea. We're just out of towners. I made a song about it. And then I was like, yo, that sounds dope. Like, I'm not Justin Bieber. I don't have Beliebers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't have Katy Perry Army, you know, Team Breezy. You know, we got the Out of Towners. And I was like, yo, that's my brand. That sounds like us. We go everywhere, you know, and we fuck shit up. Excuse me if I'm not.
No, you good, you good. Yeah.
But it's just like the motto pretty much goes, it's not where you're from, it's about where you're at. And prime example is right now we're in Salt Lake City, and I treat this like it's my home because it is.
Yeah.
And my whole viewpoint and sole mission is to come here, take it over, show mad love, and give back as much as I can. And then, you know, keep going. Go as far as we can go with it. So that's kind of the concept behind Out of Towners and like the, you know, lineage of where the name comes from.
I feel like you mentioned the armies that come with these groups, right? The Nicki Minaj has the Barbs,
yes.
Right? I feel like the Out of Towners, I feel like you guys should have the Drifters.
The Drifters.
Like, we're the Drifters. Like, you know how people, you know, you like drifting, you know,
yeah,
like we're going
like
out of
that.
town, like I mean, I don't
like
know.
That.
I don't know if it sticks or
not.
not.
I kind of like it. Where my Drifters at?
Yeah, we're my Drifters.
Like
we're
that.
Drifters.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
like Rolling Stones.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
But it sounds way cool.
So we take over the city. We show love. We show appreciation. We move on, right?
Yeah, 100%.
So what's the next step for the Out of Towners? What's the next step for Mike Styles?
So Out of Towners, I would say we're in the process of just putting out a lot of music this year. The two words that come to mind and my personal thing for me is discipline and consistency. If you can have those two things, you can have success. You should be able to have success, right, with the right habits. So with us right now, it's about giving people what they want. Right now, that's music. That's the number one way we can continue to grow is by giving people new music. And that's what I performed tonight. All new music. It was all Out of Towners. Some things off my album, which produced by Out of Towners and who else? My boy Romeo Cook. You know what I'm saying? He had Casamigos joint. That's fire. But for OT, we just want to put out a lot of music this year, man. We got our merch. That's a big deal, man. If you guys are watching and listening to this whenever you hear about it, outoftowners.tv. Okay, we have merch that is dropped. That is the number one way we make our money outside of streaming sources. So if you want to go to Out of Towners, you know, on Instagram, I should say, it's with a Z. Or if y'all want to go to @StyleLikeMike, get y'all some merch. Pre-order is going on right now. It's from our EP In Transit. Been out 2 months. Already got 50,000 plays. You know, I hate talking about the numbers, but, you know, that's what gets y'all attention. So it's good music. Go listen to it. But for me personally, my album Vibes 2 on the way. Go check Vibes 1 if you don't know. A lot of upbeat stuff, man. A lot of fun. You know, some drinking songs, some smoking songs, some kind of sex songs. You know, all the kind of stuff that I wanted to bring to the table to bring a better live element. Yeah. You know, I love being on stage. That's my number one thing is being on stage first. And, you know, I became the writer and all that second. So I create music with the vision of how a crowd will receive it. And Vibes 2 is exactly what it sounds. It's a vibe, man. That's all I want. Front to back, no skips. It's going to make you groove. It's going to make you move a little bit. There's 1 or 2 reflective joints. I always got to give you the real. But overall, yeah, I got a project on the way, hopefully spring. You know what I'm saying? Sorry for the long-winded answer.
No, you good. You good.
Got a lot going on, man.
That's why I love you as an artist, is because you give us more than just music. You're a creative. You're a true creative, and you have something to say, right? Yeah. You mentioned being consistent, being disciplined breeds success. So what does success mean to you?
So for me, I mean, success ultimately looks like, I don't know, man. That's such a loaded question.
It is, because when I think of success, I think of that end goal, that thing that really gives you satisfaction.
Yeah.
So what's satisfaction to Mike Styles?
I mean, success to me, in a probably narcissistic, overly obsessive way, is just like unlimited amount of like just love and appreciation. And I hate to say that's the way I define things, but seeing people dance in the crowd, seeing people yell, and just stream the music, and you get to touch those people and have an impact on them, like, to me, that's success.
Yeah.
That's the goal. Make the music, reach the people, touch the people, shake hands. I know we're in a weird time with COVID, all that stuff, but in a perfect world, if we ever had one, it's going out, putting smiles on faces, and influencing the culture the way music influenced me. That is success. Leaving a mark, leaving an impact for when I'm gone. The music should live forever. That's successful.
I think that's beautiful, man. I too feel that. I feel like that's a huge part in why I keep going. One, I feel like it brings me joy just to create, right? Brings me joy to just create this thing and just throw it out there to the world. People love it, people hate it, whatever, right? But there are those times where I'm like, maybe I didn't get the response I was looking for, right? How do you handle those situations where you might not get that initial response that you expected?
To be real, man, I just made a post on IG kind of about it, like 2 days ago. Quite frankly, it's just, one, you can't put expectations on other people, but you can put up boundaries, right? And sometimes you don't get the response you want because you're looking for that love from the wrong people. If you're loving unconditionally, you shouldn't expect anything in return. But if you're looking at the people that you expect something back from and they're not giving it to you, you're always going to be disappointed. So dealing with that is by being realistic and setting up those boundaries and making those walls and cutting those people out of your life or those things.
Yeah.
Whether it's social media, whether it's the likes, whether it's the statistics.
Yeah.
So it's hard. Easier said than done, but also you just gotta fuck shit up, man. Like I could cry right now because of how bad I want this shit. Like it's been an emotional week for me. Doing this show would make me so happy, but my personal goals that I want in music and my reach right now is well beyond this city. And quite frankly, dealing with disappointment is when you feel like the people in the city you fuck with don't show up to your show. If I'm just keeping it real.
Yeah.
And to deal with that, you just got to do it for the people that are there. And like I said, put up that boundary and just understand that like all the handshakes you get aren't going to be real. All the hugs you get aren't going to be genuine. And that one day when they come back and ask you for something, that's where you stand your ground and you keep that boundary that you set in place. You feel me?
Yeah.
To where you hold yourself to a higher standard and know your self-worth. And I think that can be translated into multiple things in life.
Yeah.
Your job, your friendships, your personal relationships, romantic, etc. But that's kind of how you deal with disappointment. You got to balance it with boundaries. You got to know your self-worth, and you can't let people get to you that aren't really for you.
Exactly.
Never loved you in the first place.
No, I agree with that 100%. I think sometimes we set these expectations for people that didn't deserve that expectation, right? And I feel like those are the moments when we need to take a step back, realize that you are the shit, right? And keep it pushing. You mentioned Europe. Like, go to where you're celebrated, not where you're tolerated.
Exactly. And OT.
So
out of towners. We're not meant to stay in one place. That's what our brand's been. That's what my music has been all about. That's how I built my career. That's how I built my life. So I'm going to continue to show love to the people that do. Every place will always have a place in my heart. But I'm not going to limit myself by feeling like I have to win over people that technically don't want to see me win anyway.
I think there is I wouldn't lump it all together, right? Like one thing that you said that stuck out was that you're bigger than Salt Lake City. I feel like you are a global artist for sure, but I think that discredits the people that do support you here.
Correct.
So I feel like you have to those words they mean something. Your words mean something, right? People here in Utah, there are people here that love you. There are people here that want to see you succeed, regardless if it's here, regardless if they share it, regardless if they even tell you, right? I don't want that to be missed. I don't want you to feel like people don't support you here. And the reason why I say that is because it took me 15 years to get recognition.
Wow.
As a native Utahn. But I never felt like my city didn't love me. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I hope that what you do next, whatever that is, whatever city, country, you're going to be successful, right? You're going to touch those people like you said. But don't forget that even if it's not vocal, people do love you. People do want to see you succeed.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, because and I think if anyone's listening, hopefully it wasn't taken the wrong way, right? Because it is, as people can go on my Instagram, they can listen to my music, etc. Like that's where the truth is at. I wouldn't be sitting in this room if it wasn't for support in Salt Lake. That's for sure. You being one of them, you know? So I don't want that to be missed. That was definitely something I made clear that I love and support this place. Like, I love it. From all the businesses that have opened, all the DJs that I could go down the line, but I don't want to miss nobody. And sometimes I think as creatives, we all just want our ego stroked. We all want the flout. We all want it said loud and proud. And, you know, like, I know you support, but in our industry, it's very important. And unfortunately, it's driven by pretty much social media. But right now, in a world where, think about it, in a world with like COVID where we can't even go outside.
Yeah.
So it's like the frustration comes from, and some of it's like an algorithm. You deal with all this shit. Our main ways of trying to reach people are through these digital platforms. And when you see, because we all have analytics now, when you see 500 people watch your story and you see, and some could fall on promotion, or there's always a look in the mirror. Trust me. Who's ever listening, I'm the first to look at me and go, Mike, what could you have done better?
Yeah.
Don't point before you point at yourself. So I want to be clear about that. But when you do see all the people that constantly show up and you're like, oh, I'm curious the reason why they're here, and you show them love and vice versa, and then the simplest thing that we can ask for nowadays is like a share or a like. As an artist, everyone's in different career fields, but as an artist, that is our key. That's like what we have to do. Unfortunately, that's what matters. Those likes and those 10,000 followers on whatever platform you need. Unless it's not as old school as it used to be. You can't really, you got to go viral. You can't have somebody bring you in a room with the A&R. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't necessarily work like that. So it's a 24-hour frustration if anyone's wondering or asking. It's one of those ones where you kind of step back and you just go, why is it so hard in my local community to feel like I should get some more support when I have people in New Zealand riding around talking about road trips with my kids and their 2-year-olds are banging blue cheese in the backseat dancing?
Absolutely.
But people, I go to their bars and their establishments, or I show up to events for this, that, and the person, or this fashion show or that, and it gets shares or whatever. Just genuine, unconditional love, as we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
But it's not unconditional if I expect something back. So now I have to set up that boundary. I have to know my worth. And I have to go, I want to continue to support, but it's like I have to be man enough to say, when are you going to support me?
Yeah.
And that's not to say people haven't. That's to say I've been disappointed this past week with kind of the response, you know, that out of particular people. It's not a community thing.
Then why don't you tell them? If there's particular people, why not tell them?
And that's what I'm saying. That's where, for me, putting things out in the universe first is now I have to hold myself accountable.
Okay.
Because it's out there in the world. So I can't renege. I can't renege on myself now because my shit's out there.
You are a frustrating artist. You are.
Bro, it's just like Jay-Z. He's like, what'd he say? They want to know what my Achilles heel is.
Yep.
Love.
Yep.
I don't get enough of it.
Yep.
Vampires and bloodsuckers.
Yeah. That's
You know,
the whole
that's
black,
just-
the whole
and that's
black
just
album was that.
Yes, that's just an artist, and that's part of being hungry. Like, and that's what I'm saying. I'm in a weird part to where it's like, it's respectfully, you want to be like, like.
But out of everybody, Mike, and out of everybody, you are the one that had the record called what? Things take time.
Right.
Things take time.
Right. Absolutely.
And you are very impatient right now.
I am. Yeah, I'm very impatient right now because if people know the backstory, I mean, everybody been in a game or did this and did that. With me right now, the frustration and impatience just comes from like, when you're always the nice guy, you're always shaking everybody's hand, you're always hugging everybody, you always give everybody their at least 5 minutes, right? If you're Rick Ross, you give him 10 seconds.
Yeah.
I met him and
You got it.
He gave a
Yeah.
solid 10 seconds. You feel me? When you do that all the time, you're always the bigger person in your life. And some of it may be personal shit. Like I said, we all got traumas.
Yeah.
This could be coming from a place where I'm still healing from motherfuckers who did shit to me back in the day. And I was like, you know what? They never apologized, but I was like, you my dog. What's up?
Yeah.
I need to go out to eat with you because you my brother and you family. When you're always that person who's like this, always bigger, always wearing your heart on your sleeve, always putting yourself on the table, always trying to innovate, always trying to uplift from places you're not even from, repping harder than some people that's from here. Yeah. And I knew coming here I was going to say some shit that I was like, I'm going to say what the fuck I got to say right now.
Yeah.
And that's no disrespect to anybody. I just want people to know it's not the little music thing. Like, I am Mike fucking Styles. I do make really good music.
Yeah.
I am very successful. And, like, I want people to take me seriously.
And you
Like,
wouldn't
if you shake my hand, it's real.
you wouldn't be here if
And
nobody
now,
did.
and I just say all this thing, I had to put it in the air so if people know, if they're like, yo, where did this energy shift come from? I was real about it. I was honest about it. I
Yeah.
put it out there. So when they ask and you say, tell those people, bang, they'll know. And they can watch the tape. And they can roll the sets. And they can do this and they can do that. And it's always going to be love for the people in the circle that matter.
Yeah.
I'm going to make that clear. Very clear. I'm not saying no names of who those people are. You know who you are. If you got to question it, y'all know my number.
Exactly.
Same number since sophomore year in high school.
Yeah.
Feel me? So, I don't know, man. I appreciate you allowing me to speak on this platform, and I hope no one takes it the wrong way. This is just a vulnerable moment.
No, it's honest, man.
And it's part of my growth,
Yeah.
to be real with you. In conversations can save a nation. So,
Absolutely.
I will look back on this, and I will listen to this, and I will take a lot from it. And there'll probably be a time where I'm like, dang, you had a little bit of hate in your heart, or you had a little bit of this, or a little bit of that. And it's going to make something amazing.
It's growth.
You know what I mean? So regardless what happens from this is like, I got to evolve and I got to level up.
Yeah.
No matter the outcome. So I think it's some of it's self-added pressure. You know, sometimes you feel like people, J. Cole ain't had no haters. He was like, I was creating haters before I had haters. Like, it's part of the rap game. It's part of the mentality of knowing
And
that.
I'm still trying to learn that, man, because I look at an artist like you and I'm like, I see nothing but love. I don't see anybody hating.
It's that Michael Jordan fucking shit, bro. Like, it's that 1 ounce of whatever the hell you can say about me. And mind you, I've been an athlete since I was 6 years old. I'm 32 at the end of this month. I'm embedded with the competitive Mamba nature, that black cat.
Would you ever rap battle?
Nah, I don't think now. Back in the day,
Why not now?
it's not really my MO. It's not my
I
thing.
think it'll be fun for you. I think it'll be therapeutic for you.
I think it would be fun.
To see you put that pen down, create some shit, and get that shit off your chest in an entertaining.
Yeah.
To hear those oohs and ahs, it hits different, bro.
No,
You've
absolutely.
been to battles, you've seen them.
Yeah.
It hits different.
Yeah.
I think you should entertain it. Think about it.
See, I love them. I think they're dope, but I started out, that's where styles come from. I started out freestyle rapping. Like back in the day, that's what I used to do in like high school on the bus, whatever. I went to a couple battle raps. I was to the point where I was like, I really thought people freestyle during battle raps. The guy shows up with some
He's like, how'd you know this? I've been studying you for the past 3 months.
fact. A guy shows up with some writtens, but I'm like, wait, you wrote shit down? I was
Yeah.
offended because I didn't know the culture. I'm in like fucking 8th grade, 9th grade. And I'm just like, whatever. And I would just, well, I gotta go. And I would just battle off the spot.
Yeah.
I could just keep a rhythm. You know what I mean? It didn't always wasn't the heaviest bar, but it was smooth enough, and it was like I never dropped the bar or nothing. So I consider it, but I don't think I'd rather put that into like a just lyrical exercise in a song and really showcase that. Kind of like I did tonight. Like the next project has some stuff like that. Like I love being a lyricist. I love being like an MC.
Yeah.
You know, in entertainment, having that crossover and trying to make more fun music to, you know, go to different avenues and different spaces. It's kind of where I'm at right now. But I always want to give people bars. Like, that is something I will do this year 100%. It's like, may not URL style, but I'm gonna give people the bars. And that's what I need to do. I think that's part of me, too, is getting back to, like, I want the respect. Well, put the music out. Let the music speak.
Give it to us.
And I don't really talk like this. I don't talk like this. I don't vent like that frustrated. I put it in the song. So that's what I'm going to focus on.
I appreciate you being authentic. I appreciate you being real, showing your emotion. People can relate to that, and they will relate to that.
Yeah.
Out of towners, one more time, what's the socials? Where can people follow you?
Yeah, for sure. Mike Styles at Style Like Mike on all platforms. You know, we're uniform over here. Then it's Out of Towners. That's with the Z at the end. OUTOFTOWNERZ.TV. Check us out. The merch is live, man. It's fire. Y'all watching the video.
It looks dope.
Thank you, bro.
And I love the branding as far as like you guys kept the same colorway to the video, to the merch. It looks dope.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, Style Like Mike, Out of Towners. Truly dedicated. Drerawka.
Appreciate you, my brother.
Absolutely. Always love my guy.
57 Studios down here at Truly Dedicated. Mike Styles, Out of Towners.